What's up, gamers?
Hey.
Welcome to Gore 2.0. This is the review. This is the band.
Our
This is
channel's
Adelaide.
on Gore 2.0.
No, this is the band name.
I am Marley. He's Lucas.
I am. Yes, that's our names.
And today we're going to be reviewing a band by the name of Zav.
Whatever.
It's an acronym.
Too many S's, too many T's.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And we're reviewing their second album. I know it's weird. We're not going to
Gore 2.0.
Yeah, we can't exactly review the Gore 1 because it's not exactly.
Gore 2.0 is their most it's their new actual self-titled kind of album.
Yeah.
It's their first official album.
And actually one that they released.
Yeah,
because Gore is kind of
the first Gore album contains many of the songs you're going to see on this review today.
Yeah.
But instead it's been revitalized, redone, and for a new demographic of 2018.
Yeah,
Revitalized, yes.
So, about the band. This band is from South Africa.
South Africa, yes.
Yes. And it has 3 band members. Byron Dunwoody. He's mostly drums. Does some guitars and some bass.
Yeah, he's the main percussionist of the band.
Duncan Bentley.
Bentley, yes.
Very British names.
Yes, I mean this is South Africa we're talking about.
They're a former colony of the Dutch.
Are we gonna delve into the history of South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, but anyways, Duncan Bentley. He's the main vocalist. And Chris Xenopoulos.
Well, we're very sorry for butchering these names.
I mean, these names are honestly a bit weird, but he also does guitars too.
We are Canadian. Our vowels don't make sense.
Well, okay.
Okay, sure. That's a tangent I just threw in there.
Oh, okay.
And since we delve into the history of South Africa, from what I noticed musically wise, it's kind of I want to say it's all of it's dark and depressing, but the most famous band I've seen from South Africa is a band called Seether. They do very dark kind of vocalists. That's kind of my musical kind of area I see from South Africa. Would you agree with that?
I mean, a lot of their music's actually very obscure.
Seether? Or
well, I mean, depending on who you are and what type of listener.
I mean, I don't know if you listened to their cover of Carol's Whisper, but I have, and it's good.
Well, I haven't exactly.
Well, I think you should delve yourself into that.
Okay, well,
all right,
I guess I'll do that after the review's done. But yeah, so their first debut album was in 2016. Obviously, first name was Gore
1.0.
Well, it wasn't called 1.0. It was just Gore.
That's what we call it, Gore 1.0.
Well, okay, well, whatever. And was this album, sorry, Gore 2.0 has 23 songs in it. It's quite a bit. Yes. But they do have 2, I guess,
they refer to it as smoke breaks. Essentially, what it is the main vocalist, Duncan.
Duncan Bentley.
Yes, Duncan Bentley.
Boy Duncan.
Our boy Duncan, yes. What he does, he'll take a smoke break and just kind of go off to the side. And the rest of the band is given an opportunity to create kind of musical melodies off the side. Kind of a little break session.
Well, less musical melody, more just destroying their drum sets. And,
a lot of
almost beating their guitar strings to death.
You gotta love your kick drums, man.
Yeah. This band actually loves their kick drums.
Oh yes, you'll see that a lot on this album.
Yeah.
So kicking off the review with song number 1. The song is actually the actual band name itself, but we just refer to it as self-titled because we don't need to say their name. Their name is too long.
It's around at least 20 characters.
Yeah,
probably.
No, it's got to be more than that, 30.
Well, who knows?
Okay, yeah. So as far as intros go, I felt that this song was kind of bland to begin with.
Because I mean, it's kind of.
Honestly, I mean. In the song, to be fair, it does do a good job of setting up what the album will entail. Lots of screaming, lots of kick drum, lots of aggressive instrumentals. So it's kind of to me, it's like when you watch the first 15 minutes of a movie. It's the first 15 minutes of a movie. It's going to establish it's either you're going to enjoy this movie or you're going to hate it for the rest of the movie. It's either you get on the train or you don't get on the train. That's what I get from this beginning.
I mean, if we're going to foreshadow this album, it's very. It doesn't really foreshadow the other types of elements brought into this.
No,
album,
it does not.
Because this album, I can say right now, is very kind of broad, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
But I guess this is just your typical, generic death metal or black metal.
No,
metal.
A lot with black metal, they do the vocals and the lyrics. You can't really make it out. There are a couple instances where you actually can make out what Duncan is actually saying.
Yeah, but for the most part, the only thing that we could really make out of the song is them just screaming their name. That's,
yeah. I mean, it is pretty amusing and entertaining to see them be like,
especially since their band name is pretty much good enough just for a song.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can make like 3 or 4 songs off of just their title name.
Yeah.
But yeah, their instrumentals were kind of interesting.
They threw in some.
One thing I feel like you'll hear us mention this a lot is that their instrumentals, I feel like they take center stage. Like quality wise, like the vocals can be kind of hit or miss. To be honest with us, that's not an attack on Duncan personally, but that's just kind of like how we feel.
Well, because I'd say that the instrumentals just overshadow the vocals a bit, but especially in this song here, it's really hard to make out the lyrics unless if you actually have the lyric sheet on you,
which we did a couple of times, which did kind of help with quality
with all of their songs.
And then they also threw in a cowbell there too, which was nice.
I mean, us Canadians, we love it.
Absolutely, and overall, it's just kind of it's a middle of the road kind of song.
Although this is supposed to set the stage for what's to come for the not just the album, for the rest of the band.
Exactly.
The next song in the album is Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. Like Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1.
By the way, the Raimi suit was just released a couple days. Actually, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
But anyways, back to the album. Again, just like the last song, we couldn't really make out a whole lot of the lyrics unless
we made out the words flesh, which says a lot about
and
that was
no, well, it was a bit of a higher pitch.
It was more higher.
Yeah,
that's another thing people get confused with, like black metal and death metal. Death metal is more shrieking, right?
Yeah,
and black metal is more screaming or kind of like grunting. This band, I'm just gonna call them Zavleg.
For the rest of the review, we'll just refer to them as Zavleg.
Yeah, so Zavleg does a combination of both, which is kind of.
I mean, especially for some of their other songs too. They threw in other dynamics. It's very dynamic.
And then probably the most remarkable thing about this song is like the epic guitar solo in the song.
Yes,
the guitar solo was very well done.
They are good guitar solos, but the problem with this is that sometimes they just don't know how to end it or how to transition into. There's
a lot of abrupt cuts, kind of like this review.
That's every review.
That's every review, yeah.
And, we try to have less.
We kind of actually. It's kind of nice that the song is actually called Bonesaw because it's used as a good analogy for the song too. I mean, that's what a song title should do anyway.
Well, either mention it in the lyrics or have it kind of expressed in the instrumentals.
Like thematic wise, yeah.
And it kind of did a good job.
We kind of felt like the vocals.
The vocals felt like most of the album. Sorry,
the vocal was to me the vocals felt like it kind of like butchered the rest of the song. I know it's very harsh, kind of like a bone saw.
Anyways,
yeah. So third song is Space Cowboys. Very very interesting. Doesn't actually start with vocals,
which is good.
Yeah, it's easier on the soul.
Well, anyways, moving on. So again, as we mentioned before, the drum guy who does the drums just
they abuse their drum kit a lot. Because with the drums, there's like the kick drum, and that's I feel like that's like their overall main tool when it comes to songs. They kind of abuse it a lot, and it's very very evident in the song here. We also noticed the lyrics were kind of they weren't they're kind of
very mediocre,
kind of garbage. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so is the vocals too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Wow.
And there was one section where there was about to have a guitar solo, but I guess
and then it just kind of doesn't happen, or it just kind of moved on, and
it's kind of disappointing, just like Venom.
Damn, that's a burn.
Okay, so the next song is "Invoke the Smoke." And it's highly derivative.
Yeah.
It sounds almost exactly like Space Cowboys.
Yeah, the only difference between this one and Space Cowboys is that, at least with Space Cowboys, it had a bit of a structure, it had a pretty good build-up. Invoke the Smoke just kind of lacks all of those features, and it's just...
Well, the build-up was okay.
Yeah.
I will say that the lyrics and the vocals are more clear in the song than most of the songs
absolutely.
so far.
And then this is it's very middle of the. It's even lower than middle of the road. It's like the small road.
Like the only redeeming, like the reason why, like if we're gonna rate this song just by itself out of 5, we would probably give it like 1 out of 5. The one would probably come from the lyrics and the vocals. Because that's like the only reason. That's the only thing that's carrying the song. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's probably one of so far the worst song.
Honestly, I would rather listen to "I Love It" by Little Pump and Kanye West on repeat for the rest of my entire life. And I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm not trying to do a meme. I am being genuinely serious and honest. I would rather do that and
or listen to 6ix9ine for the rest of my life.
Well, he's going to prison, so.
Hey.
Song number 5 is Sentient Black Hole. Very, very descriptive, if I'm not going to lie. What we noticed with this one, the thing with this album is that the beginning and the middle, the beginning and the end are the most important and noticeable features. The middle is like very, very middle-y.
Well, this song had a slimmer of hope of being an okay song.
Yeah.
It was about to go into a brief guitar riff,
and then it was just kind of cut itself off.
Yeah.
Same with that happened with the last song too, right?
I found it to be a bit more structured, I guess.
I was referring to like when the guitar riff got cut off.
Yeah, because I've noticed that a lot of songs in this album they kind of want to throw in ideas, but instead they just cut it and just go with whatever they used to do. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem that this band has. That say they want to go into a guitar riff or just a 30-second guitar solo.
Also, they do. Yeah, I agree with you. Like throwing stuff kind of at the wall. They do a lot of like. I don't know if it's like samples or sound effects, but they kind of throw in like different sound effects.
And it seems like if they don't like it, they just go straight into the next idea that they brought.
And then they also had like an emergency beep at the end. That was probably to make sure that we were still alive by the end we heard this song. I believe that was the intention, but
the ending of the song wasn't that good. It kind of just had bought a lot of very loud, kind of slaughterhouse-ish type of noises.
Very, very slaughterhouse.
Very whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yeah.
That's a noise you hear in the slaughterhouse.
Whoosh, 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 999. That's literally like some of the lyrics that you could put together from this. Yeah. But overall, it wasn't really much of a song that we could say... I mean, what would you think, though?
About this song?
Yeah.
It's very like the analogy I said before as to like the beginning and the end. It's very middle and very bland, and this is easily one of their most forgettable songs on this album, in my opinion.
So the next song is March of the Ants, and it starts off and ends with a speech, which I guess that's the only redeeming part about the song, because the transition from speech into a song is a bit iffy. Mm-hmm. And again, this band just loves to abuse their drum set.
The first time we listened to this song was like when the quote and the speech kind of came up. Me and Marley were very surprised. It was a good surprise because we weren't everything. It was very different from any other part in the album. But then because it was the quote, and then it felt like it got cut off, and then the song played, and then it got cut off again, and then the speech played.
Yeah,
it didn't fit. I mean, maybe the thematic part of it did fit, but as far as like song and like audio wise, it did not fit at all.
And I know that some songs do start off with speeches or something kind of inspiring, just so that they can set the stage for what the rest of the song will be like.
For Aces High from Iron Maiden, they start off with the Winston Churchill speech, like, "We shall fight them on the beaches," and then the song plays and it fits very well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to fit.
That's an example of a song with a quote that fits the song and it transitions very well.
However, this didn't really fit.
It did not. I get it's kind of crazy we're comparing this little band from South Africa to this giant group from Britain.
Then again, this song and many other songs are just a bit experiments. This band is experimenting,
which I can give them a lot of credit for. Like that's what music and art is about, is just experimenting and kind of like getting your hands dirty when it comes to like creativity, which I can definitely give this band credit for. But here it just didn't work out, which is a shame.
And that's the main problem I have. Is that, again, they just keep constantly throwing ideas into the table, and if it doesn't really work, then they just immediately cut it off. And that's the big problem I have. So you have to either go with it or don't introduce it at all. Because if constantly cutting off bits and like pieces of ideas that could either be really good or really bad will just make you have a feeling that this band is very hesitant.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of like they have like stage fright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now we're ready for song number 7. The song title is called, and I'm not kidding, "Dicks Out for Harambe." So, if the title thing this to me, this title kind of feels. I mean, the band itself kind of feels like it's. It feels very self-aware to me, and this song is very evident in that department. God, this song is really, really crazy. The first time me and Marley heard this, we lost our minds.
Yeah. I mean, first time we just even saw the name of the song.
Just the name of the title just made us like give us a snicker, which is always
the start of the song kind of brings the feeling of that little kid in the gorilla pit because the beginning of the song starts off with shrieks, and I assume they're from a little kid, because the little kid probably in the gorilla pit.
The actual song itself is kind of crazy too, because it's like Duncan himself is like. It's like he's mourning the loss of Harambe, and
some of the lyrics.
It's a sad tale. I mean, the tale of Harambe is sad
tale
anyway.
if the kick drums didn't ruin it.
Like there was parts of the song where it's like, "You took him away from us." Like he screams like, "You took him away from us." I was like, "Well, this is aggressive," and I love it.
I guess probably if this is to be tribute Harambe, I guess maybe the guy behind the drums is just, I guess, expressing his anger by destroying his.
He's like pounding with the drums. Oh!
Yeah, because the kick drums, I think, so far throughout this album, I think the kick drums have been abused the most.
Oh, this song it definitely gets abused a lot.
Also, you have "fling your poo at them."
That was a lyric in the song,
which I don't know if you're.
Like, this song it's a complete joke, and this was probably our favorite. This is easily one of our favorite songs on the entire album.
I don't think anyone can take this song seriously. Just the title alone.
No, you can't. You can't take it seriously. No, like this is a song you can listen to, like if you want to just have a good time and a good laugh. It's a lot of Joji, like he did an album called Pink Guy. Yeah. A lot of those songs on the album are very comedic and something not to be taken like too seriously. The music.
Was the entire album very comedic?
Kinda, yeah. There was a few songs on there that were like super comedic and like that were so crazy and so outlandish you couldn't help but just laugh. This song here just feels like an example of that. I feel.
But the thing is, because some of these songs are very serious.
I
feel like that maybe just...
There's a lot of serious... I'm describing it like... There's a lot of serious subject matter on this album.
Even though most of their stuff talks about the depths of hell. And so.
Yeah.
So the next song is "Children of the Swine King," and I'd say the build-up in the guitar solo is actually really good.
It's so good!
Yeah. So far, out of this entire album, this might have one of the best guitar solos.
This is the one time like they established a guitar solo, and then they actually
stuck with it.
Good job, guys! You did it. I'm proud of you. And then, what's this?
And actually, this song also has some coherent vocals.
Yeah, the vocals you can actually make out, which is really
good.
Good.
It's nice. Finally, a song that I can actually
Maybe our
understand.
standards have just dropped so low that it's impossible for us to be disappointed. But I'm actually
since the vocals are very coherent, we could understand what they're talking about. For example, "interspecies impregnation" is one of the lyrics.
Well, we're getting demonetized.
When you're on the 2-minute mark of the song,
there's interesting stuff that will happen. We won't spoil what you'll have to see for yourself.
Yeah, and there was also good acoustic beforehand, which it was very out of place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was nice. It was kind of welcome, but didn't fit in.
Yeah, especially the.
Yeah, those part where they're just like.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the album, we are just slowly losing our patience and our will to...
So anything will impress us, I think. Song number 9 is called "Exhumed, Skeletal, Uprising." We got a story to tell for this. So, the first time we listened to this, like, we listened to a lot of the songs, like, back-to-back, like, just casually listen to them and, like, taking notes as we went along.
And we were planning to have, mini song breaks.
We had, like, a couple song breaks in between. So, when we got to this one, it was very interesting, because, like, both of us were, like, both very drained, we were both very tired of energy, which
especially
is,
after
the album really did that to us.
Especially after the
last couple songs. And as soon as we got to this, the first 6 seconds were so crazy and so, like, out there. Marley basically choked up and, like, curled up into a ball on the floor.
Yeah, so we were in the library reviewing this, and we had, like, one of the longer tables.
Yeah.
I crawled underneath
You crawled underneath the table. It got so bad that we had to leave, and I had to escort escort him out of the library to the nearest water fountain, the cold water fountain.
No, not even the nearest water fountain. We had to walk across the entire school. Yeah. We had to walk like near the gym, which is basically like the other side of the school when you compare it to where the library is at.
Yeah, the other side, so he can get some fresh air and some
and we can also like walk off.
Recuperate. we've done that. We do this multiple times in the review, so stay tuned for that. But this is the first time this ever happened to us, and that completely threw us off guard. So that honestly, that story of this part of the song was the only really remarkable part of it.
I mean, to be fair, we had to leave the library. We couldn't stay there because or else we would have been kicked out of the library.
No, that's why I picked him up. I was like, all right, Marley, we're getting out of the library. And then, yeah, we recuperated ourselves, and we came back. We were better men, and we reviewed the rest of the song.
And, well, the rest of the song was very flat.
It's very flat. No, the story is what holds it up into us in such a high regard. To me, it's more like a 4 out of 5 just for the humor alone. For us personally.
Yeah, for us. But other than that, if we didn't laugh so hard from the song, at best, if we're going to give a rating, probably a 2 out of 5. Because the guitars were actually not that bad.
The guitars and the drums are not bad at all. Song number 11 on this album is called Veil of Moonlight. It's a very interesting title.
It had a really good build-up.
It had a really good beginning
like
part.
An Iron Maiden style of build-up.
Yeah, like number of beast kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was, which fit the title very well.
And then it just went downhill.
It went so downhill. Like, the first one, me and Mario was like, it's something different, it's something great. And then it was like, oh. And it got so bad. Like, I was so mad and angry when I actually wrote down the notes for the song. Like, I couldn't make comprehensible English. Like, there's like, I was like, it's either you built to or you fly.
Like at this point, while he was writing his notes, he just kept mashing on the keyboard.
I was like,
yeah, I had to step in.
And Mario was just like,
yeah, yeah. If a song can do this to one person, Sanity, then like
I don't know what it's gonna do for you guys, honestly. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
basically, if we're gonna summarize the song, it would be just. What have you done unto me?
This song ruined me on a personal level, and I'm
well. We have more songs to cover.
Yeah,
this is just like one of the worst, but it's nowhere near compared.
We're only like halfway through the album, I think. Yeah.
Well, there are some songs that just suck the life out of you, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have such high anticipation just from the first couple of seconds of the song, you're kind of having high expectations, especially after the last couple of songs have been very either mediocre or really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a good build up to a song, you're just expecting just to be like all out really good, like a really good guitar riff, and just have like a very like good flow to it.
Yeah.
But instead, it just goes straight to and then just ruins.
Yeah, it was just like cut into pieces.
So the next song is Strenuous Diabolical.
Yes.
And it's a very drug-induced song.
Yeah.
For example, a lot of the lyrics relate to like crystal meth, or what we presume is crystal meth.
We presume it's crystal meth, yeah. And they also use like a bong, like a drug bong. Or, I don't know the proper terminology.
That's how they divided the chorus from the rest of the song.
They use like an actual song of the slurps like.
Yeah, so I don't know if Zavleg was on drugs while recording the song.
It's possible.
Or writing it.
It's possible. We can't prove it in any way.
I mean, then again, a lot of artists have been known to be on drugs. While
absolutely.
For example, I know a friend told me the fact that one time Future the rapper was actually so high that when he went to record a song, he could not open his mouth.
Really?
So he had to record a song
like mumbling?
Yeah, like extreme mumble rap.
Oh.
And I'm not exactly sure if it's true. Don't quote me on this, but I do know that in a lot of Eminem's older songs, he was also on drugs too when he wrote them. Mm-hmm. Except for like songs like Stan, which I'm pretty sure I don't think he was on drugs.
Yeah, but we're not like saying like drugs are bad or that anything. Yeah. We're not saying like use them or anything. We're just like, well, this is just what we've noticed in the song in particular, like past kind of evidence.
Yeah, like I said, very drug induced song.
Because next song is number 13, and the problem with this one, we can't even say the title because it is so long, just like number 1. It's like pneumo,
it's
microscopic,
it's almost
volcano,
as long as their band name.
Conoosis or whatever. Very long. You'll probably notice it if you look up the album elsewhere.
And the song is very cliche. The beginning of the song is very cliche to a lot of their other songs so far in this album. They mention Bree, which I don't know if
we connected that to Brie Larson, like Captain Marvel for some reason. I don't know.
I don't really know how I feel about that movie. But
it'll be good. It's Marvel we're talking about.
Yeah, but sometimes they just like resemble Thor: The Dark World.
I mean, that was like 2011. That was like 2013.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. That was 5 years ago. That's crazy. Anyway, so they were continuing the themes like we heard in Children of the Swine King. There's some points like the narrators like they have like a lot of grunting noises, so it's kind of getting into the more black metal, death metal kind of album. Sorry, my apologies. But they're like like a lot of like sound effects.
But it did have a really good guitar solo.
Oh yeah, it really did. Very, very, very amazing. But other than that, it's just another kind of a bland song on the album. To be honest with you,
it's just another filler.
It's another filler, yeah. I mean, there's always going to be filler when it comes to like anything, like music, TV, anything. But this is just kind of a filler.
At this point, I feel like that they're just trying to fill the status quo. Like I said earlier, filling the status quo so at least they can meet the requirements for their next album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Song number 14 is a song called Surf's Up Goths, and I'm taking this over because I know Marley's going to be cracking up for the entirety of this
just
section.
like with the other song, what was the other song? Skeletal Uprising?
Exhumed Skeletal Uprising, yes.
I also, almost died of laughter.
He almost died of laughter. Actually, when we first discovered this band on a meme page. And
this is the first song.
This is the first song we
ever
listened to.
But we didn't listen to the whole thing.
We didn't
even
know.
see the lyrics.
No,
Because
as soon as we listened to the song for the first time, I was like, okay, now we know we have to review this entire album. And then we came back to it again, and yeah, that was interesting.
Well, the reason why I almost died of laughter is because
I don't know. There's some interesting lyrics to this.
I can't even remember if this is part of the chorus, but I do know that one of the lyrics is "Swiggity, swoogity, I'm coming for that booty."
I mean, I can't complain about that, honestly. Yeah, so then, Marley died, had to pick him up again.
Yeah, we had to
back to the
get
library, get some water, that kind of thing.
We have a lot of water. Not a lot, but we have quite a bit of water breaks when we were reviewing this album.
Oh, yeah. The one later is going to be insane. I am excited to talk about that one, but
we'll save that for later.
Yeah. But yeah, just for, again, this was another song that was like so enjoyable and so stupid that we just couldn't.
Yeah.
We couldn't help but have a good time, honestly.
Yeah.
So we gave this one like a 4 out of 5 when we first reviewed it.
So the next song is the Library Murders.
Yeah, number 15. Number 15.
This I wish we could make this more convenient, but honestly, this is where the song starts to go. Like
this is where it went very.
Yeah, this is when the album decided to just shoot itself in the foot. Yeah, because so far there wasn't really any like extraordinary good songs.
Like, because the majority of the album, we feel like the vocals were kind of mediocre at best, and then the guitar and the instrumentals were actually holding up. This is the time where almost everything of the song fails.
So yeah, because this is where they kind of began to give up, because it was a very sloppy song. It did have a bit of a structure, but it, like I said, very sloppy. And it was a very slow song. And when you have slow songs, you have to like make it up with good vocals, and it didn't really do that.
No, it didn't. Yeah, so song number 16 is called Monkey Noise. It's not affiliated with Dixon for Harambe in any way. It's just this is even worse than that, because this is very bland.
Nowhere
near
as good.
It's nowhere near as good. This is
like it made that song look like a masterpiece. Which
very
is,
very true.
Yeah.
They also, this is another, it's keeping the true tradition where they just abuse the hell out of their kick drums.
Well, then again, this band just loves their kick drums.
They really do. I mean, I can't fault them for that, but...
Well, I mean, every band has their style.
Enough is enough.
Well, every band has their style, and I guess they just
this is theirs, I guess.
Do this constantly.
They just won't give up, and I can't fault them for that, I guess. Yeah, again...
It was a very bland
song.
And
there's not even that much to say about it. That's the most remarkable thing about it, is that there's almost nothing to say about it.
Yeah, that's how bad the song is. If there's nothing to say about it, and all we can come up with is just bland.
It's even worse than bland, honestly.
So the song was called "Plank of the Anti-Binders."
Song number 17.
And this song is a plague to our brain cells.
Our mental health was not very
just
good.
Just like a couple of the other songs, it had a good build up.
But
then it just begins to change genres in music. And I know some bands, obviously like Gorillaz. They
Gorillaz is a good example of that. Yeah.
Like to change they do like to change genres.
Yeah, they do it to like convey like different types of music, to convey different emotions, or like say something like
they just do that just to show off like, hey, look, we're a very broad and very unique type of band.
This band just kind of did it just because, honestly, not because it had like any artistic merit to it at all.
As I keep mentioning before, it just lets us experiment things. And it just doesn't stick. Mm-hmm. And they will continue to experiment things until they finally find something.
Yeah, because the last song I said like they were experimenting, I said that it was kind of a shame that it didn't happen, and it's a shame here that it didn't happen either. So, Into the Endless Void, song number 19. The vocals, the instrumentals, I get what I'm saying. They line up and they create a beat. It's the number one thing you're supposed to do in a song, and they accomplished that. So, good job, guys.
Although it only took you 18 songs to accomplish.
I mean, they did it a couple times, but...
but because most of their time was just spent, let's just have random ideas and throw together and see if it's a song.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a moment in the song which I didn't understand. It was like 5 seconds of silence, which...
and then may have been Mercy for us, I think.
Mercy, was only for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have had a more longer Mercy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There was one questionable lyric on it. It was, Scalpels cut my anus deep. Sure, why not? I mean, hey, it's art. Art music is art.
Just like 50 Shades of Grey.
Wow, great. Wow, I guess we're referring to that. It ended with an alright guitar solo. Usually, in the earlier part of this review, we praised the guitar solos. This one was just okay.
It wasn't outstanding.
It was not, no.
But the problem is that if there's a guitar solo in this, like in any song in this album, we kind of have to, mention it because it's a lot of songs just kind of suck the life out of us.
They really did.
Yeah. So the next song is by far like the best song.
This is the best song on the entire album.
This is like the mid-rare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this song is called "Sell Your Soul," and
it starts off with a rap.
It starts off with a rap. It gets like music or any more like, okay, this is different. And then it starts rapping?
So, you know how we mentioned Gorillaz earlier? Mm-hmm. A lot of Gorillaz songs kind of mix in both rap and...
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of
Feel Good Inc. Feel Good Inc. has, like a kind of a
you have 2D singing about like the...
That's more the rock,
and then they transition to De La Soul singing, and it's just like...
And this kind of basically is... This is basically this band's Feel Good Inc.
yeah, that's a good analogy.
I didn't even know. I was just thinking about that now because, like, I know when we mentioned Girls earlier, it was like, maybe I can tie this in with "Sell Your Soul."
Mm-hmm, yeah, this song is it is a rap song about anime, and we appreciate that so much.
Like, this might be the greatest song that I've heard from this group.
This is easily their best work, and we're not joking. We're not like
especially since the last two songs were so bad.
The last two songs were so bad. Like when we heard this, me and Mark, like usually
we left the room again.
Yeah, we left the room again. Because usually the first time was like Marley broke down. Both of us broke down, and we had to leave.
But it was of happiness. It was of joy.
Like the combo of just like trap, rap, and like death metal is such a unique and interesting combination.
And the vocals are like the vocals
were okay in this.
No, that like more than okay. Because like I don't when most of the rap part, it felt like they actually put in emotions in this.
They put in effort in this.
Yeah, they put in emotions, especially in the rap part. Like whoever was, I don't even know if it was Duncan who was rapping it.
Yeah,
whoever was rapping it actually had like, you know, like kind of
no, it actually mentioned it on the lyrics too. Like it mentioned like person's name, Duncan's name.
Yeah,
I'm sorry we had the list of the names, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Hot Buck Suffocation. I always start off with that meme. I dropped my hot pocket. Wow, this is a great start to this. Yeah, so Hot Buck Suffocation. Unlike the previous song, Sell Your Soul, this doesn't... It feels like the way we felt about Sell Your Soul is kind of the complete opposite of how we feel here.
See, when in Sell Your Soul, they literally sold their soul into the song. They put a lot of emotion in it. This one didn't really have a whole lot of passion. Not a lot of passion. It wasn't very charismatic.
No, not really.
It did have a good guitar riff, but it was just overshadowed.
It faded away due to the other circumstances in the background.
Which, if we're being completely cliche, I'm pretty sure most of you can take a guess into what that was.
Mm-hmm.
So the next song is called Gore, which is basically the album name.
There's a section of the song that's kind of... See, I'm wearing a Mortal Kombat t-shirt.
And Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah.
Announced.
There's a character, I think everyone is familiar with the name of Shang Tsung. In the film, there's a line who's like, "Your soul is mine." I kind of talk like Kratos.
That's what the band is trying to get from us. Is our soul.
There's
this song, I know I say this a lot in some of the other songs, especially in just this review alone, but this is like literally sucking the life out of us. Mm-hmm. It was so mundane that it just... I nearly forgot about the last two songs, because the last two songs were pretty good. I'm feeling with this album's like, yeah, every two songs, it just like the mood changes. Like, oh, so it's like terrible for the first two, the next two is really good, the next two, so on and so forth.
This song felt like the personification of like the character of Shang Tsung, like stealing souls, like putting it, like making like Ermac and those kind of people is like, you are going to be Outworld's new combatants with a K, because it's the 90s in Mortal Kombat.
It's got kind of like an Indian vibe.
Shut up.
End quote.
Shut up.
Lucas Deary.
No.
December 10th, 2018.
Shut up.
Those were his words.
No.
It's got kind of like an Indian vibe.
No, okay, context. Because, no, I thought of it because, I don't know, because, like, you know, like, there's a Metallica song, I forget what it's called.
Well, we can't think of that song right
now.
now.
I'm trying to think of the song.
Okay, yeah.
No, there's
but in all honesty, it does kind of have like ancient, like very temple.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say it's exclusively for India.
I know, but like when you first
like T-series.
When we first heard that.
There you go. Now I figure out what a T-series joke. That's how you get Marley off ground. Revenge.
This song.
Revenge is best served cold.
So this song is basically just T-series. No, but in all honesty, though, it does have some type. It did have like
a space temple kind of vibe.
Yeah, because it was called.
That's what should have been my.
Okay, so this song is called "Consume the Cosmos." This is the last song of the album,
and there's no vocals, just instrumentals.
I guess awesome. It's a decent way to send off the audience.
It's a decent way to close off this dumpster fire of an album. And then this final segment, we're going to combine these two smoke breaks that were in the album, as well as our final thoughts. The smoke breaks, we couldn't really rate anything, because although while they were kind of songs on the album, they weren't have any artistic merit.
So what smoke breaks were? They're basically just we mentioned
this before. They're just little breaks. Like the vocalist gets to smoke, the rest of the band gets to play their bit, and then everyone's happy. And then we get to enjoy some interesting music. So yeah, it's like a three-way.
To be honest, the smoke breaks kind of just feel like when you were a kid and you had those pots and pans, you just kept banging them together. That's basically what they were. They're just just to warm up the hands, warm up the arms, just warm up all the drum sets and the guitars.
But overall, this song it's got some interesting highlights to it.
The album.
Sorry, the album. My apologies. The album has some interesting highlights to it, with Sell Your Soul, Exhumed, Skeletal, Uprising.
Surf's Up Goths,
except for Harambe. Those are easily our four favorites from this 23-song album.
But I will say, I do like the way that they send off the albums. Like I said, with the last song of Consume the Cosmos, they didn't just continue on with the grunting. Mm-hmm. They actually just let's just not have any lyrics and just have a good instrumental, and then that's how we send off the audience. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I could be completely honest with you, Lucas. I do kind of want to see more from this band.
I do, honestly. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what this band's going to come up with next. This band was very experimental. There are some things that stuck and land exponentially. There's some that were kind of middle of the road, and there was a bunch of it that just didn't. Well,
this is more of an experimenting.
It was very experimenting.
This is their Chernobyl. This is their band Chernobyl.
All right, sure.
If you want to go there.
But overall, I was feeling like a solid 5 out of 10 on this album.
Out of 10, I give it a 5.5 because
honestly, yeah, because when we first reviewed, we were straight 5 out of 10. But honestly, after sitting down, thinking about these songs, thinking about it, honestly, I feel like I go 5.5 as well. I know it's not that big of a difference, but it's.
But the 0.5 just comes from the fact that they're at least trying something.
They are trying.
But I would like them to actually stick to their ideas. It's kind of like think about a lot of video game developers nowadays where they're constantly experimenting with ideas. For example, I know not a lot of people focus on this franchise anymore, but Halo and 343 Industries, they just like Halo 5 was a sacrifice. They experimented a lot with like the Rex system and like their Warzone multiplayer mode. It's kind of like the same thing here. They kind of sacrificed, I guess, recording hours just so they can see what works and what doesn't. And I will admit, there are some songs that I feel like that the band should continue on with the type of style they have. Whereas with the lyrics, it's just typical with any black band. They just love talking about the depths of hell. And anything goth-like. Yeah. But other than that, this album
honestly, while this album was very hit or miss...
I guess I never missed.
Shut up. While this album was very hit or miss, I'm glad we listened to it.
Yeah.
This was a very fun review.
And funny thing, we actually found this album from a meme.
Yeah, from a meme page. Like, yeah, if we never found that meme, this may
honestly, whenever we look at memes, we just sort of like take it with a grain of salt. It's like, whatever. It's just maybe it's fake.
Well, it was like, there's no way this can be real, and then we found out it's real.
Well, and now I'm glad we actually took that extra step into looking into that.
I agree.
Because
we hope you guys enjoyed the review. We had tons of fun making it, and
again, I'm Marley. He's Lucas,
and
and
we'll see you all next time.
Yeah. See ya.